Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTuber famous now. And I'm here with Charlene Chihuahua. And she has tried to be on Rupaul'S Drag Race 9 times failed. So anyway, she thought she would just come on to the show today with me and give her 2 cents about what she thinks about all these Rupaul'S drag queens. Who's your favorite so far? He said, Nina Brown, of course. So anyway, let's get right into it. You guys, I'm having so much fun doing this. My husband is upstairs getting ready right now. Can you say hello, Alex?
Hello.
Or he would come down here and do the review with me, but we actually just watched it this afternoon. We watched the Untucked. And so I have my notes. You guys know I'm keeping my notes now on these. I'm really having a fun time doing this. And it's kind of like keeping in my head like what happened the week before. Charlene? Enough. Okay, so anyway. Charlene? So, all right, let's get right into this. Now, I don't know what this episode is called, but for me, I would probably call it Battle of the Bitter Queens, because there was a lot of bitterness going on between Trinity Taylor and Eureka O'Hara, and this is the kind of shit on RuPaul's Drag Race that I live for, all right? Now, in like 2 episodes, I was gonna say, 2 videos ago, I said something about, I hope they don't drag out this boring-ass pageant queens hate each other between Trinity Taylor and Eureka O'Hara, like Alyssa Edwards and Coco Montrese. But I kind of like this. Like, this is a little bit different because they're totally different attitudes. And I really like Eureka O'Hara, so it's a little bit different for me. I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk about all the queens and their looks in a second. But one of the things that's going to be hard for me to talk about is that they like whipped through them like that quick. Did you notice that? Like, I don't know if they were running out of time or what was going on, but like, I didn't even, what, who, where? I didn't even know what they had on. So, whew, mama, it's hot under these lights. Okay, so anyway, let's see. One of the things that's interesting to me, so what they did, if you haven't seen the episode yet, is that they were doing these like morning talk show kind of things, like Good Morning America, but like more like local access. And so they picked teams, and Aja was one of the team leaders, and Trinity Taylor was the other team. No, it wasn't Aja. Who was the other person? Aja and Trinity Taylor, I have my notes right here, I should just look. Aja was one of the, because she won the lip sync for your life. So she was one of the team leaders, and Trinity, since she won last week, she was the other team leader. Now, what's always interesting to me on this is how they pick teams, all right? And they always, I feel like, pick teams horribly on RuPaul's Drag Race, right? And like one of the things that we were really confused about is why was Nina Brown the last to get picked? Which, if you watch the whole show all the way through, because you know I spoil. So if you're watching this and you haven't watched the episode yet, go back and watch the episode, then come back. But like, she was literally the best on the whole episode. So what's interesting to me is like her runway look and her entertainment factor, comedy, all that kind of stuff in the Good Morning, whatever it was called, Mama shows, all of that, she was like, for me, first place, okay? So it's interesting to me that she always, like, they don't like her. I don't really understand it. So, but I'm a huge Nina Brown fan. So, okay, let's get into this. So on Aja's team, which I can't remember what they were called. Do you remember, Alex? Oh, he's getting dressed. No, he said.
Today.
What?
Not on today.
No, they were not on today. No, Trinity Taylor was not on today. And then the other one was like Good Morning Bitches or something like that. And so Aja, I put on there that she like looked horrible, okay? Like her makeup and everything was just really not pretty. And then she got out there with Pheromone, and neither one of them like did that great of a job. They did, Farrah did okay. Alexis Michelle, no, it was Aja and Valentina. They did, like, they didn't play off each other well at all. There was like literally no chemistry. And I think it was Shea Coulee who said, sometimes in chemistry there's combustion, and that was true. Like, it was not cute. And so anyway, but then Alexis Michelle and Farrah were actually like the co-hosts of the show. I thought they did well. I thought Alexis Michelle looked really good as a host. Like as a character, I thought she did very well. But Shea and Sasha were the best. They were absolutely hilarious for their team. And they did this whole like DIY, like how to like put RuPaul's chocolate like into your meal to like lose weight and stuff. And it was hilarious. It was like one of my favorite scenes from the whole show. So anyway, and then on Trinity Taylor's team, like everybody accused her of being like this dictator, which in a way she kind of was. She was kind of like, okay, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do, I mean, there was no discussion about it, right? But I think like knowing who she is through pageants. I mean, I'm sure she kind of says, okay, now we're going to have 10 dancers. This is the song we're going to do. This is how we're going to choreograph it. That's just kind of who she is, I think. And she kind of always in her head knows what she's doing. But what was interesting was it didn't play out well at all. And apparently they didn't rehearse. They didn't rehearse it at all, and you could totally tell. I actually thought Trinity's look for the morning show was really cute because she did look like some local access or, you know, like local news station hairdo and all that kind of stuff. And Peppermint, who was her co-host on the show, she looked okay too. Their dialogue back and forth between each other made absolutely no sense. It was some ridiculousness about somebody had stolen somebody's husband and all this kind of stuff. I didn't like it. And then Cynthia and Charlie Hides, they did this like little entertainment thing where they read past drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race. It wasn't cute. Literally the only thing cute about it was Cynthia Lee Fontaine, although she had to throw in her cuckoo joke again, which was totally stupid. And then I put on, then Nina Bonina Brown and Eureka, they did this thing at the end where they were like talking about how to like have cheaper wigs and cheaper padding and all this kind of stuff. And it was cute. It was really cute. But the thing about it was Eureka was pretty good, I thought, but Nina Bonina Brown totally stole the show on it. I mean, she just did. If you watch the episode, it's like she's what makes that little skit. So then we go to the runway, and they did like nightgowns or something like that. I didn't really get it. And I felt like the runway part was just so rushed tonight, because I just watched it, not on tonight. I felt like the runway part was like really rushed this episode. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what I thought and agree or disagree. Leave it in the comment section below. A lot of what I got from their outfits, I got from Untucked. So Valentina, she was okay. She had like this black outfit on, and then she had like this red, what do you call it, wig. It didn't look pretty. I didn't think it was one of her best looks. She looked okay, but it just looked kind of really hard. Her makeup looked really hard. It didn't look soft, how she usually looks. Aja on the runway look. Now, I didn't see her on the runway really, because, I mean, it literally was like this. They were out there that fast. You couldn't even catch them. But Aja, like, she really tried to, like, paint softer, and I thought she looked really good. Like, she was kind of complaining in Untucked about how, like, she's never been able to do that because she's afraid of having bad skin and all this kind of stuff, but I thought she looked really good. I was really impressed with how she looked. And somebody mentioned, like, 2 episodes ago, I was watching another review, and they're like, Aja still hasn't taken out her septum ring. Well, Aja took out her septum ring, and Aja's painting lighter, and I thought, okay, so she gets this. She's starting to listen to the critiques. And, you know, it's really important to listen to criticism because you can grow from criticism. So, good for you, Aja. Charlie Hides, her look, to me, was real boring. You know, and then, let me just tell you, like, so she's the one that gets kicked off at the end or sashayed away or whatever. I mean, she didn't get kicked off. She gave it to Trinity Taylor is how I feel about it. But I will say this. Trinity Taylor, and we'll talk about her in a second, she busted her ass for that lip sync for your life. I was so impressed with it. But Charlie Hides just stood there. And then she said it afterwards. She's like, I'm not a lip sync performer. I'm a singer. And I just knew if I ever made it into the bottom 2 that I wouldn't win. And I was hoping I'd be like Bianca Del Rio and make it to the final end. Well, number 1, you're not as funny as Bianca Del Rio. Number 2, I have seen your YouTube videos. You are very, very talented. And 3, if you get on RuPaul's Drag Race and you know there's going to be a lip sync for your life, which the show is pretty famous for, you better get out there and lip sync for your life. It's not called that for no reason. And if it were me facing $100,000 and that title and gigs all around the world, you better bet your ass I get out there, and if I didn't know how to lip sync, I'd learn like real quick. Or I'd sing live or something, I don't know. Do something, throw your shoes, take your wig off, I don't know, something. But she just stood there and was like, I was like, come on, gal. Okay, then Nina Bonina Brown, she looked amazing, I thought. She had like this over-the-top padding, these big breasts and these like big hips, and she was painted very like Day of the Dead in the face, and she started crying on the stage. Nobody knows why. What's she crying about? Because she was picked last, or because I don't know why she was crying, but it doesn't even really matter because she just looked so, so good. I was so impressed. Pheromone, gorgeous. She has this pink wig on. I mean, Pheromone knows how to make it look. She's very much, to me, like Miss Fame. Like, she knows how to make her look absolutely incredible. So I was super impressed with her. Eureka O'Hara, Dominatrix. I kind of liked it. Michelle Visage read her for it and said it's not really a bedroom look. But, I mean, I thought if she came out there in some nightie and all this kind of stuff, it would have been, I mean, there are some cute ways they could have done it, you know, pigtails and that whole 9 yards, which they didn't do. You know that like Alaska would have done something like that, right? So Shea Coulee, she looked good. She was the winner. I thought she looked gorgeous. She looked very much like 40s, like, you know, Gatsby, like hairdo and all that kind of stuff. She looked good. She looked pretty. I wasn't super impressed with it, but it wasn't bad. Sasha Velour was one of the winners too. She looked good. She had on like a blonde wig, and then she had like no like, it's marked on this shirt. She had like no like top on with like X's over. I don't love that look in drag, so that's not my favorite thing. But Sasha Velour, like I said, is extremely talented. I think she's a performance artist. I hope that, like I've said before, that her performance artist isn't like lost on the judges. I do think she's gonna have to mainstream it up a little bit. That being said, she was so over the top hilarious in her skit that I really got some, you know, I really got some respect for her. Trinity Taylor, I thought she looked absolutely gorgeous, okay? Backstage, Alexis Michelle said Trinity Taylor's runway look was her least favorite. Trinity Taylor's runway look was my favorite. She looked like she was an ad for like, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. What's that lingerie company? Agent Provocateur. I mean, she looked gorgeous. Gorgeous. Big hair. I mean, she looked kind of like a drag Victoria's Secret model. I mean, she really did. Alexis Michelle, boring. Boring, boring, boring. I want to like her so bad, but then she comes backstage and she like sits there with her legs crossed and like passes judgment on everybody, and I'm like, you aren't that great to be passing that much judgment. So where is this all coming from? But I want to like her. I really, really do. The sad thing about Alexis Michelle, and I think anybody watching knows this, is she's good enough to stay safe, but she's not good enough to win. She is going to really have to take it from like a 5 to a 9 or a 5 to an 8 to really amp it up. And we've seen other queens do this for the season, so I'm hoping that she will do it. But right now, I mean, she is literally safe every episode. There's nothing exciting about her. I want to see what she does in Snatch Game, if she makes it that far. I think Snatch Game will be next week. I want to see what she does because Charlie Hyde said, I just wish I had made it to Snatch Game so I could have played Joan Rivers. Really? Because we need another one of those. But anyway, I just hope she makes it to Snatch Game because I want to see what she does because I think she'll actually do something really cute. I thought her co-host for the Good Morning Show was really cute. Cynthia Lee Fontaine, I have nothing written down because I don't remember her cuckoo. So anyway, and then Peppermint, she did not look good. I mean, how Peppermint was not in the bottom two, it was just because so many people called out Charlie Hyde's. If it wasn't for that, Peppermint would have been in the bottom too. Her outfit was horrific. It didn't look cute at all. And, you know, it's interesting because Alexis Michelle said in the Untucked that in New York, Peppermint is like such a legend and they should be so lucky to be on stage with a legend. Well, and that's true, okay? You know, but like, then let's see that legendary. Let's see it. I want to see it. I want to be impressed with it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was thinking the other day that I should probably give you guys week to week what my top 3 are, like at the end, who I think it's going to be. So I just want to tell you my top 3 who I think are going to make it to the very end right now, okay? Are Nina Bonina Brown, Trinity, I'm going to do top 4. Nina Bonina Brown, Aja, well, no, not, see, I can't keep it. I think Trinity Taylor will go far. I think Valentina will go far. I think Aja will go far, but she'll get off like 4th or 5th. I think Nina Bonina Brown will be top 3. I think Eureka will go far, but get off 4th or 5th. So I think top 3 will be Nina Bonina Brown, Valentina, and Trinity Taylor. Those are my final 3 that I think we're going to make it. So anyway, what do you guys think? Did you like this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think my hair looks good? Doesn't really matter. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Follow me on all my social media. It's linked below. I'm going to do these every week. So next week, hopefully my husband will be in it. And we will continue to watch, comment, and love what is RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.